Coach, welcome to our second half of the post-match press conference. Members of the media, I'm joined by SuperSport head coach Kaitano Tembo. Coach, can you just give me a summary of the 90 minutes, please?
Yeah, look, I think to be honest, I don't think we played with the intensity that we wanted, especially in possession. When we had the ball, we were very slow, to come out of the defensive blocks, and sometimes that also allowed them, to get behind the ball. And we needed, just to increase a little bit of our intensity in terms of going, behind them. And we didn't do that. A few times when we did that, we managed to get behind and create, a few opportunities in the first half. But also defensively, we didn't deal with the space in front and space, behind. You could see with their goals. Just run behind them, and we knew that that's their strength, especially when you have Parker, Billiard, and Dolly. They are front three. They always try and make runs behind you, and we didn't deal with that. That's how the 2 goals came, and it was a little bit disappointing. But overall, I think we didn't play well.
I'll open the floor for some questions. Mazola, I see your hand is up.
Thanks, Brian. Coach Unlucky. Just on some of the things that you feel you did well, and obviously those that you felt you didn't do so well, given your run of form coming into this fixture. And the latest on Bradley, how far is he from being part of the team again?
Well, with Bradley, he just started training, I think about 3 days ago, like full training with the rest of the team. So he's still very unfit. Probably in our next game, he might have an opportunity to play maybe probably 30 minutes, but not more than 45 minutes. Because we need to try and bring him, back gradually. He's been out for quite some time now. But we're quite happy, that he's now back, because we lacked a little bit of cutting edge, up front, in terms of, scoring goals and, getting into good areas. So we lacked that. To a welcome addition into our, attacking, structure. Yeah, but, I think the things that we did well today, we had possession, in good areas, and we managed to get behind, especially when Iki and Julie as well as Jones making runs behind their back four, as well as Gabuza running the channels. I thought we opened them up when we did that, but we lacked a little bit of quality in our possession, And defensively, I thought we didn't defend well. We are not as solid as we are usually. Any run behind us, it was, looked like, they will get something out of it. Whereas we're not. Whereas in our previous games, we've been very aggressive, and we like that today.
Now.
Thank you, Brian. Evening, coach. Unlucky on the result. Ronwen Williams played his 350th match for SuperSport. Just your thoughts on this huge milestone for the captain. Thank you.
Yeah, look, Ronwen deserves it. He's really done well for the club and for himself as well. Coming through, the ranks in terms of development from the academy. Playing for the reserve team as well as playing for the first team. So he's led by example, and he's someone who's very professional, someone who really works hard, someone who really also looks after himself. So I'm very proud of him. And I think also the club is very proud of him, because not many players play so many games for one club. So it's good to have someone like him in the team.
We'll go to Safja.
Hi, Coach Tsapang from Sokala Duma. the CEO mentioned recently that this is likely to be Debza's last season at SuperSport. Just wanted to get your thoughts around that. And do you start planning for finding a replacement now, or do you wait until the end of the season?
Look, for now, we've got to focus on the season. That's very, very important. As much as we, thinking about that, at the same time, it's also key that, we have, tabs are all focused for us in the season, because it's still part of us, and we don't know what's going to happen at the end of the season. So we don't want him to be distracted, by that, as much as we will prepare, because he's not the only player who's left SuperSport, before, and we still have had, replacements. So he's not different. We will, bring in a few youngsters who are already, training the first team as well as playing. You could see on the bench there we had Talent Bata, also another midfielder, as well as Selahelo Rasevocha. He's also another midfielder who plays for our, MDC team. So those are players which we are looking, to give, a little bit of game time, to prepare them for next season. So it's not really a concern, for us. We just have to make sure that the focus is on his game, because that's very key.
I'm taking the last two questions, but I'll take the first.
Thank you again, Brian. Coach, you are sitting in second position so far. Are you happy with what you've planned at the beginning of the season? Have you reached your targets after 8 games? Thank you.
Yes and no, because we always target, 2 points per game. So in each and every 5 games, we want to have 10 points. So now we played only 8 games, so we've got 15 points. So there's still 2 games to go for us to reach our target. So which means in our next 2 games we want to try and get 6 points for us to reach our target, which is to have 20 points in 2 games, in 10 games. I mean. So we're still within that reach, but at the same time, I think very disappointing that we dropped points today, at home in a game which we felt that if we had just played with a little bit of, hunger and desire, as much as and as well as intensity, we would have got something out of this game. To be honest, that's the only disappointing game. But congratulations to Chiefs, because I think they did what they had to do. They used the opportunities which they got, and that's how the game is. You don't take your chances, you don't win games, and I think Chiefs did that today.
Can you take us for the last question before I wrap it up? Going once, going twice. Thank you, members of the media. This concludes our post-match press conference. Thank you.